There's this huge phenomenon on YouTube that whenever a YouTuber rises to celebrity status, is eventually exposed as a mini lad, comes up with a crypto scam, or a copyright abuser. After all, the forbidden fruit is often the sweetest.
What?
Now YouTube has had its fair share of problems throughout its existence. No wonder, it's a man-made platform designed by weak, flesh meatbags constrained to this physical realm. Now if YouTube was created by an evil mastermind AI, so the platform is only bound to user exploitation. None of the problems that YouTube has are as evident as the copyright strike system, and it just so happens that there are now, more than ever, loads of big creators abusing it. So what do the Manii show, the boom, and maybe Sniperwolf have in common? That's right, these two, maybe three creators, as we speak, are combing through YouTube, finding smaller independent creators that use their content and handing them copyright strikes like they're hotcakes.
Cupcake?
And don't get me wrong, it's normal to hear about YouTubers that used music from billionaire record labels. That's something that we are all used to hear. But now from YouTubers that were once small, now they are big and decide to abuse the system as well? Now that's a first. Even worse, what all of these creators have in common is that they use readily available free content and try to claim it as theirs, and then start going after people's livelihoods because they take themselves way too seriously. Sniperwolf makes 8-minute videos, stitching TikToks, and maybe he speaks once or twice. Half of the time, it's to say bruh or this dude. The Manii show copies TikTok trends and jokes that already exist, and the boom uses assets from Valve and animates them in SFM. So it's the one who puts in more effort into his own videos, but still is using and profiting off of already existing assets and free software and trying to claim it as his. I'ma need you to get off that high horse of yours. After all, and at the end of the day, when paleontologists find us centuries from now, they won't know the difference between me and you. We're all the same, brother. By the way that these people act, you'd think that they are the second coming of Jesus Christ himself, the prophet, the savior. Well, the reality is that they make videos online. Whoop-de-doo! Someone give them a medal and put them in the Hall of Fame right next to Nobel Prize winners. Our first subject of today is SS Sniperwolf. She was recently caught with a hand in the good old cookie jar, copyright striking everyone that isn't subscribed to Shifter right now. Come on. Don't make me wait. I would like to resort to violence. Anecdotes and jokes aside, Sniperwolf's story is more convoluted and with more double crossings than a spy movie. This story is so weird that they need to bring in the experts from Pawn Stars to explain how it truly went down. It all started with this guy called One Giant Onion. So he made the video on his channel accusing SS Sniperwolf of striking down one of his videos. The video in question was a 3-hour video of him going through most of Sniperwolf's content without laughing, because that's the point. Sniperwolf's content was not funny. Now, given that Sniperwolf's content is barely hers, she doesn't create the video she's reacting to, she doesn't create the scripts she follows, and her commentary is barely transformative. It's weird that she would go after a channel for doing the exact same thing, but to her. One thing that makes this whole situation really weird is that One Giant Onion is putting himself at risk, because if you watch the 3-hour video, the only thing that is adding is his face to the bottom, and he doesn't even speak. Then again, Sniperwolf handing him a strike would make her an hypocrite, since that's what she does as well. So surprise surprise, he got his channel stricken allegedly by Sniperwolf, the darling of YouTube. I think that she would be the type of person to solve conflicts in person, like she did with Jack's film. But alas, she dished him out a warning strike. This town ain't big for the both of us, bucko. But there's a plot twist. It wasn't actually her. Listen, for how much I dislike how YouTube giving preferential treatment to her is, allowing her to stay in the platform after bullying multiple creators, stealing content and doxing Jack's films, I'll give credit where credit is due and accept the fact that apparently she wasn't the one who struck the channel. So she makes an array of tweets trying to prove her innocence, and at the end of the day, she successfully does it. Now she could be partnered with an organization that specializes in taking content down like multiple other creators do. iShowSpeed is partnered with Thumb Media. Alinity! Remember when the cat thrower herself tried to copyright strike PewDiePie? Can we copyright strike PewDiePie? Like, right now? The thing is, if Sniperwolf was partnered with such an organization, you'd imagine that the same organization would blast their partnership all throughout the internet, which they didn't. Investigating a little further, the copyright strike was also filed by one individual claiming that he worked for an agency representing Sniperwolf, but that person was filing that strike with a personal Gmail account. An organization with a Gmail account. Sounds pretty sussy to me, since even the smallest of organizations create their own custom mail accounts. I have friends who work freelance, and just so they look more professional, they create custom emails. So I wouldn't imagine a big organization working for one of the biggest creators to use a personal Gmail account. There's something not quite adding up at this point, which leads us to believe that there's an imposter among us. An impersonator, maybe? This in itself leads to yet another problem that YouTube has with the strike system, which is impersonators. It has happened before, and it's happening now once again. So YouTube is in a lose-lose situation. Either Sniperwolf is abusing the system to take down videos, or other person is impersonating her, therefore the system is flimsy. Just to preface this point, credit where credit is due. To my favorite home invader doxer, Sniperwolf, I know we have our fair share of problems, but it doesn't look like she was the one doing it. So we will have to let this one slide. We can't blame her for something she didn't do. Our second subject is none other than the Manii show. This person, however, is now known very well for abusing the system, striking down people who use snippets of his content, even children. For this man, age is just a number. So watch out, or else he might take your channel away. For someone like the Manii show, a creator who grew, profited, and still does of other people's contents, is now 12 million subscribers big, so he's pulling the ladder up and not letting people use his content. We've covered him in our last video, but since then, now he's not respected by anyone anymore on YouTube. So if you wanna laugh, open his comment section. YouTube itself doesn't take him seriously anymore, since it's been denying his copyright strike attempts towards other channels. Finally, and third, is now known as the guy who abuses YouTube systems, and people, especially on the internet, absolutely despise abusers of any kind. Our last subject, the Boom, the creator of Skibidi Toilet, has also been caught with his hand in the cookie jar, trying to not only take down videos with Skibidi Toilet in them, but also Roblox experiences and YouTubers that play those same experiences. Now the average Shifter fan knows this, but I'll try to explain it in a simple way anyway. The way that the Boom creates his content is by using SFM, short for Source Filmmaker. That is a tool for making and animating videos inside the Source engine. So Valve allows its users to freely use their assets and even software that would usually cost thousands of dollars. Basically, the Boom is using copyright-free assets and a free software to run his business. His very well-known toilet and head is a mashup between G-Man's head and a literal toilet, both assets that belong to Valve. Now this man is tracking down mostly Roblox YouTubers from what I've seen, but still, the whole concept of fair use is that you're free to use someone's content and make it transformative, the same way that you can use characters from Disney, Marvel and other big companies in videos and don't get copyrighted. But it seems that the Boom has his head stuck really far up into his own ass, got a huge case of sniffing his own farts way too much, and doesn't allow people to use whatever he created. Now imagine that Valve decided to give him the exact same treatment. Goodbye channel, back to lobby. His entire channel would be devastated if Valve applied those same rules to him. It would be an extinction rivaling the dinosaurs millions of years ago. I get it. He's trying to protect his property and the entire Skibidi Toilet brand. A brand that wasn't even his to begin with. It's a mashup of Source engine props. It's the same thing as me using the Skibidi Toilet asset, placing a net on top of it, call it cowboy poop, and now it's mine. Going after YouTube's entire videos is even crazier since they are really long. Unless nothing is changed, they end up being transformative enough to the point of falling under fair use. Now imagine if this entire 10-minute video got struck because I used the trademark word skibidi toilet. In what world would that be fair? This man is so greedy that if he could, he'd also trademark the word toilet. So if you wanna stay safe from Scrooge McDuck here, make sure you avoid using this word in your YouTube videos, Roblox, video games, or other games in general. The skibidi toilet song also has a patent in it, so avoid using it. But at the end of the day, I'm too much of a small channel to call someone like the Boom out for abusing YouTube's system. He gets the number of subscribers I have every second, but hopefully someone big will pick this story up and talk about it. It's truly a tough day to be a Roblox creator making skibidi toilet experiences today, so good luck, brothers.